This seedling is just 3 months old, and for the last 2 months it has been kept in this pot, this net basket. It's not even a colander, it's a net basket. So the reason for taking out this right now, this cold winter, is just to show the roots, just to study the roots. There's no particular reason for reporting this right now. It could have continued for another 6 months without any problem. So I just wanted to see the root system, because I have noticed the roots coming till the very edge of this pot and dying. And I suspected that the root mass would be something like this. So it is exactly going as per my expectations. Not bad for a 3-month-old seedling. And for the last 2 months it was in this pot. So this is exactly the result of a process called air pruning. These gaps in the pot allow the roots to come out, and contact with air kill those roots. So once the outer roots die, more roots come out again. So side branching happens and fresh root growth from the base happens. And this is not a bad root structure at all. It's compact, it's shallow, and it's radial. This is exactly what we want. And in this pot, it wasn't even filled up completely. The actual soil volume was only this much, half the height. So this is how it fills up. Root mass is not as wide as the neck of this pot. The pot looks wider, but the base is quite narrow. So it has nicely managed to fill up the base. If I had a wider base, then probably my root mass would have been much bigger also. These two plants are two examples of shallow root systems but fibrous and dense root systems. The technique varies. This is water rooted, and I keep it in a glass of water, and it is regularly pruned manually with scissors. When I put this seedling in soil, the pruning was done by this pot design. So this acts like a scissors. This is constantly killing the roots that come out from the edge of this pot. And these holes allow these roots to come out. If there were no holes, they'll keep going around in circles, giving you a bad root design. So the design of the pot is very crucial. If pot is taken out of the equation, then you have to manually prune the roots. Now the question I'm raising is, why do you want to use a pot that has a bad design? And then you have to step in and correct the root system. Why not use a pot like this? So this is the secret of getting me a root like this. And look at the trunk, it's quite thick. So there is a lot of nutrition being absorbed through this, water and nutrition. In 2 months, I don't think a traditional nursery pot like this can give me roots like that. I don't expect it from this pot, and I don't think it will be given, because what I've shown even in smaller pots is they hit the sides and they start circling. So that is a poor design of this pot. This is an ancient, outdated pot. I no longer use this. If at all I have to use it, I will put a net inside this, a nylon net. That's the only way I use this. I'd never pot anything directly into this. This kind of a design is far superior. It can be a colander or a net basket or a fabric pot. This pot breathes, allows better drainage, allows enough oxygen to reach the root zone, and it is not kept on the ground, it is kept off. There is slightly elevated. So either I keep Coke bottle caps or a stone slab and raise it off the ground. I have filled in the bigger particles first, some stones, pebbles and cow manure pieces. And I'm going to raise the height of the seedling again. Last time it was very shallow. This time I'm putting more soil volume. So half the pot has been filled up, and I want the base of the root system to be here. The particles of the soil mix are very small and they can easily penetrate or fall out of this net basket because the gap in the pot is bigger and these particle sizes are small. So if I keep shaking it like a sieve, all this will fall down. But the property of this changes once you pour water onto this. Then it becomes one single solid mass and there is no further risk of material draining out. Very little of this drains out actually. So I'll start watering this first. And then place stones on top. These stones serve two purposes. One is it reduces the surface area of evaporation, surface area of the soil, so evaporation is less. And the second one is it keeps the roots pressed down and thus stabilizing the plant. More or less done with this. Some more watering is required. Now I'll keep this in shade for about a week at least and then gradually expose to sunlight. So maybe I'll keep it inside the house next to a window. Right now it is in sunlight, but this will change.